Opening Alliance Radiant Tundra Dire first. Okay, I can't calculate that back. I'm an idiot.
It's fine, just ignore it. Well, we don't want to work too hard. So, yeah, I mean, when you play against Tundra, you have to choose which Zoo hero you're going to be playing against. This time around, Visage was not banned, neither was Lycan, so they left everything in the poll. So that means Alliance, they think they have a good thinking how to approach this. But 33, he's been pretty amazing throughout the major. I mean, he's been stable as a player, and him playing a Beastmaster, providing vision for the team, also going for different item build. Yesterday, 4 Zoomers now announced. I saw a different build on a Beastmaster. I remember also 33
That's great. Beastmaster versatile and one of 33 stronger heroes. But Undying Enigma, the Enigma itself, obviously a very strong opening. What do we make of the Undying there?
doesn't strike me as something that you know, is very good here, because they don't, like, he's playing into Beastmaster +1, most likely going to be Beastmaster Rubik. He is the one that stabilizes a lot of the lanes. They're going to have a lot of answers coming up from the Beastmaster for both of these heroes. They're going to have attack speed to kill the Tombstone later on, and also be able to deal with the BKB Enigma eventually if it comes down to that. They also have Rubik, so looking at the two openers, Tundra Esports just looks like much better. On the other side, like Undying Enigma, like it's a lot of confusion. You drop the Tombstone, also having vision with the Hawk to place it on the high ground, because this is where Undying wants to place the Tombstone and provide vision so you can actually kill it or see Enigma before Enigma jumps in for a good black hole. I feel like Tundra already like countered what they got.
Yeah, I agree. I think when this sort of thing happens in the draft for Alliance, your thought is immediately like, okay, there's two solutions. There's like upgrading the Enigma, where you will eventually pick up a Lincoln Sphere for the Rubik, as well as the Primal Roar, as well as the BKB. Like, not so popular these days, but there's also the downgrading of the Enigma, where you play it as a 4, and sure, maybe you're only holding one guy, but it's still valuable, and you build into a Wraith Pact, and you're not so much so about like these big black holes, because you're gonna get it stolen in this game if you're about the big black holes in the team fights. So I think downgrading it is the play. This is probably the 4 and the 5 from Alliance, but we'll see. I mean, it could even be an Undying Core. Like, I mean, I know that sounds insane, but like, if you know, they are against Tundra as their first opponent.
I mean, this is the game where anything that they worked on, right, over the last week,
you pull it out because it'll be changed.
Yeah, it'll be.
I think you gotta shift this Enigma to position 4 right now, because like you're not gonna get value from it if it's being played as a core, because you're playing into Vibrant as well, so they have multiple ways of stopping
3 out of 3
stopping the black hole. It's just it's not easy. I don't remember Aramis playing Enigma in the previous DPC tour. They also shifted things around, like Stamanin, he swapped his position, so he's going to be playing like that 5. I did love Stamanin more on 4, to be honest. I feel like he shines in these like strength
Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to do something, like they tried to give him this like Tusk 5, Clockwork 5, and now they have Pugna. So now you have a Tombstone plus Ward plus potential Wraith Pack coming up from one of these heroes.
Did they change it to Decrepify the Tombstone now?
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
The question, Because when Tundra is playing, I have to ask this question. Winter Wyvern, what's the potential for a 9 to play mid?
That is so true. That is so true. I feel like it's pretty high.
Or Rubik, he might be playing. Like, he can play anything mid, obviously, but Winter Wyvern used to be a classic for him.
I would love to see the Wyvern. I mean, I've seen more and more Witchblade heroes being played in pubs recently. Like, I've seen some Ancient Apparition off lane and going for like the Witchblade, and I feel like that item is just Storm Spirits are going for like Witchblade into BKB, perhaps because the BKB build is just kind of boring and people are doing that in pubs, but it does seem to be trending right now.
10 seconds remaining.
Perhaps not against Ember Spirit though. I don't feel like that would do very well.
It's a good Ember Spirit game. Like, they don't have much lockdown. They have like Rubik, Beastmaster. Their damage output is very limited. If this is gonna be their support duo, Rubik plus Wyvern, like, it's a bit difficult to move around the map. Like, you need to be playing with the Beastmaster. Ember Spirit should have an okay game. Looking at some of the heroes, I think like Medusa comes to my mind. Like, even Gyrocopter, because you're playing against the Tombstone Pugna Ward, just feels really nice to have, where you can hit one of those two and still be able to deal damage in the team fights.
Could also go for Snapfire.
Banned?
It's banned, GG. Yeah, that would have been insane.
I think Tundra realized very early on that Snapfire is an extremely good hero, especially during the major, because they're like, well, we gotta kill this raid pack, we gotta kill Pugna Ward, and we also have this heavy magical damage that Pugna can't save anyone with the Decrepify. So that was their counter, and like the way Saksa plays it, he buys all the small items. We see drums, so you go for like earlier items to be able to close out the games.
Got the Dragon Knight coming out. Was a strong hero, especially in the series yesterday between EG and Nouns.
10 seconds remaining.
Very versatile as a hero, can go like anywhere. We've seen mid, we've seen offlane. It's probably going to be 33 on the Beastmaster here, but yeah, can be carry. Damage output on side of Alliance, it's a chip damage, especially early on. Like, Dragon Knight is not afraid of any of these heroes, unless you get like level 6 on Pugna, level 6 on Undying, but it feels like Dragon Knight is going to have a really good game in this one.
Yeah, if like the Enigma wasn't so countered, then it might be like, oh, you know, that's the answer, the Midnight Pulse Black Hole, but it's an Enigma. Why can't Enigma? I'm losing it here. Enigma cannot get a black hole off this game. It's not going to happen. So
You got this.
I don't know what's going on.
You're fine. It's all good. All right, so we have got 4 heroes on the board for both of these teams. What are we missing? Like, any like boxes that need to be ticked in particular? We miss a bit of a hard carry on the side of Alliance.
Yeah, carry for Alliance.
Same thing probably for Tundra, but who knows really?
Skeeter and Nico Baby heroes.
Looking at Nico Baby's heroes, they do have like gap close with the Dragon Knight and Beastmaster. I like something range. I'm gonna say Troll because he lanes really well into Beastmaster. I'm gonna say like Drow Ranger. I feel like this hero can potentially work with the heroes that they got. They have decent amount of saves for Drow Ranger with the Soul Reap, with the Decrepify, with the heals coming up from both of these heroes, and I think it matches up nicely. The one problem is you are playing into Wyvern, so picking like heavy physical damage can sometimes be tricky.
5 seconds remaining.
I like that Tundra bans Batrider anyway, though, because it's like if Alliance flexes the Ember Spirit to be a carry and then they run a bat mid, like, it is another one of these just absolutely free bat games that tends to happen when you get to this last pick. I would imagine that even with the bat ban, that the next ban is probably a carry. This is just like a, you know, fringe weird situation where you have the Ember flex the carry, but just ban the bat anyway. I like Terrorblade for Alliance. I feel like it's really good against Beastmaster. You get all the auras. It's the highest win rate hero in the game versus DK because you.
Oh, you really love that one.
It's like, dude, because it's one of those things people don't expect it, but you play this matchup, it feels unplayable. It's horrible. Like he presses Q on you and you just massacre yourself and your team.
They ban out Hoodwink.
Huh.
Does that mean that they're
thinking of
Undying?
Wyvern or Rubik is mid.
Well, that's the same team.
Never mind,
10
mind.
seconds remaining.
I'm very confused because I would imagine that they think that Nico Baby might play the Ember Spirit,
5
for example.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Right?
It,
And then they would have, well, they're still
it
going
goes
for the
first
rest.
class Wraith King. Okay, yeah, that's.
I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, takes it away from Skeeter as well. But
Yeah.
I do imagine, yeah, probably Tundra. They're running this DK carry that they've ran before, and we've seen DK flex between other roles recently too, like you were saying, Lucas in the
10
Noun
seconds
series.
remaining.
So we're probably looking for
5 seconds remaining.
support here. Well, you could.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Now
Wow.
select your heroes.
That's a 9 hero.
That's a cool hero.
And why is Zeus good here? Is Zeus good here, first
I
of all?
think it's Zeus mid. All right.
Yeah. I think it used to be one of 9 specials
I mean,
before he was super good in the professional scene.
sure. I think it tears through the Ember shield very quickly, right? But
It's very difficult to gank Zeus with his new ability, Heavenly Jump. Like, you need to commit, and their supports are Pugna Undying, so he doesn't have to care too much about it. And this is going to be offlane Enigma, which is heavily countered. We already talked about them having multiple ways of stopping the Black Hole, and now even more vision game coming up from Zeus on top of the Beastmaster. Alliance's lineup is very, like, annoying to fight into. If we're talking about the Tombstone, the Pugna Ward, the Raid Pack eventually that's gonna come out 2 lives on Raid King, so they need to be able to reset. And I feel like Tundra, they have what it needs to win this game. This Zeus pick might be a bit unorthodox, like
Yeah.
you usually don't see the hero, but they don't have many heroes to close the gap. Yeah, Ember is the one, but there's also ways to split the fight, save the Zeus. Like Raid King eventually will have a Blink Dagger, but other heroes, I don't think he's too afraid of those.
if Ember jumps in, there's a lot to catch him. That's why I think the Ember is not a great backline jumper in this game for the Zeus, just because you jump in, you get DK stun, you jump in, you get Rubik lifted. Like any of these with the damage that Tundra has will kill you. So even though Zeus is a weird hero, I like it. I like it a lot.
That being said, I look at this and think that if Alliance can make it late game, there's not much that,
I don't know.
that Thunder can do then.
I don't know.
You wouldn't
That's
say
why I
that?
like the Zeus a lot, because I feel like you have a
Game
carry.
started, Jenkins. They have to cast the
Prepare
game.
for
Okay, but there's a lot
Go
to
Zeus.
say about this game, and we're gonna let it all be said by our commentators. It's OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, game 1 here of Alliance versus Tundra. Fogged, what do you make of this? We're getting the Zeus coming out as that last pick, as of course the panel were very excited to see, and understandably so. We just don't see this hero much anymore.
No, we don't, and we see Enigma get put to the 3 roll, even though he is super countered
I mean,
this game. I'm kinda
everybody's
surprised
going to
by
be
that.
able to stop the black hole, right?
Yeah, I thought they were going to relegate it to even to like maybe a 5 position, but they had Undying, so they can't do that. But making it to 3 versus all these counters could make it a bit difficult, but we'll see. Let's see how he's able to do. Also, this should be cool too. It's Skeeter playing his carry Dragon Knight. We saw this at the Major a few times. I think he had success at least in the game that I saw.
Oh, and it's first blood here to start things off, and it's going to be
Oh,
9
9.
himself picking it up.
30 seconds.
The dream for a Zeus. I think that's what? That's his bottle right away, right? No,
He's going to go for the null first.
All right.
4 null sent out.
Oh, that's pretty huge. It's going to be really nice versus Ember, because about the Zeus versus Ember matchup too is Zeus actually hits kind of hard. His right click will add up versus an Ember Spirit now that he has a null too. So for the early laning phase, it's going to be definitely pretty massive that he's able to start out with that one. And yeah, let's see how these lane matchups end up being. It's going to be the Pugna and the Wraith King bottom versus the Beastmaster and the Rubik. So not putting the Undying bottom versus the Beastmaster is a bit interesting. I guess they want to just be able to protect the Enigma as much as possible top, but I think that makes this bottom lane quite a bit weaker instead of having the Undying versus Beast.
Okay. I mean, is it going to be something that's going to annoy the safe lane DK, or unlikely?
I don't really think so, to be honest. I guess, I mean maybe, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe Solar, maybe the Decay plus, I mean, he did go Orb of Venom too, and Eidolons are something not to laugh about.
Yeah,
and
maybe they want to fight. They want to
Yeah.
try and, threaten the DK whilst he's vulnerable on the early levels.
Maybe I can see it, because there is a Wyvern also in the lane, a little bit of a weaker kind of 5 position, so maybe they're looking to try to take advantage of that fact with the Enigma and the Undying with Orb of Venom. Cool, okay, let's see if it works out. It's a little bit of a trade-off. And looking at the items up, Saxa starting with a Hedris early on. Cool. So a bit of different styles that we're seeing coming out.
That's actually getting a nice right. In fact, both of them getting very low down it. They will be fine. Of course, you know, Pugner as well, the hero that was finished to mana pick up, something that he's played, you know, a lot of games. We saw the stats in the opening screens. This is one of his most played heroes. I mean, is that not something that makes things a little annoying for Zeus to play? You know, at the Nether Ward, obviously they didn't care about it. They still picked the Zeus into it. But is it something that Nine's going to have to be careful about in the fights?
Ooh, top. That's what we're talking about. The lane can be a bit weak with that Wyvern. You can outrange a lot of times in Zeus. Like, you can just sit super far back. It can be a bit annoying in the midst of the fights, though. So, yeah, definitely. But they do have a lot of elements of vision, right? So, Beastmaster, he can spot where the ward is a lot. They can take it out a lot easier on the side of Tundra than usual. Oh, yeah, I'm on your computer. Oh, God, I can't even find my hotkeys now from my... Top. I mean, getting slowed down slightly, but that's usually what Enigma does anyway, so... Yeah, it's interesting that they decided for the lane setup. It's like I said, like, if they put the Undying bottom, they'll be able to slow down the Beastmaster more, but this is just a choice that they went for.
Sure, and just having the ability for those constant denies.
Mid lane.
Oh, indeed. And WEU's fine. He's got the Fairy Fires holding on to, as well as a few bottle charges.
This is not an easy lane for Ember, though. The spam that comes out from the Zeus is just crazy. And also, like, him getting first blood is actually pretty massive. It's always going to be able to offset a lot of that damage that's going to be coming out. And he's just going to be able to last it better.
And as a Zeus, are you never going to feel the pain too much from the slight spam? Is it just not enough damage early on to really make things, you know, tough at all for a Zeus?
Zeus is kind of, he's like deceptively tanky sometimes.
Oh, he's nice going in.
He almost got him.
Very, very close.
It can get a little annoying, but I think Zeus is one of the heroes that, like I said, deceptively tanky. For some reason, the hero, you have like 5 armor.
Did he used to have less armor on the Zeus? Was that a buff over a few patches ago? Or has he always been around this armor value?
I feel like he's always had been, because even in Dota 1, he felt tanky. There was something about Zeus that just made him feel stronger than most.
Top lane, Snake King, he's going to go down. In return, Aramis, he's actually going to be fine. He's able to walk it off. Skeeter,
cool.
Not able to take him down in return, so they get a kill out of this top lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He will suicide. So what is this causing, though? So Beastmaster, though, is getting absolute free farm. They're slowing down the Wraith King. DK, he's still farming pretty well.
I mean, both carries have been slowed down.
Yeah.
Skeeter's being kept low.
Thank you.
Symmetrical doing a good job with the Eidolon harassment.
I like this. I really like Hedris on these 4 positions lately. I think it was actually Thunder Awakens who I saw doing it the most at the Major. It just seems really strong, because there's just, it's all about regen on your 4s and 5s lately, so just being able to save, having to bring out regen like a Fairy Fire or a Tango or a Salve all the time, just having this Hedris constantly is really nice to offset a lot of that harassment.
Under attack.
Runes coming out. 2v2. Will Soxa make it in time? Will not. No refill for 9.
Also bringing over Stamana.
Oh yeah, they've got the roots.
And they've got the setup here. Stax is in trouble. They'll put the Fairy Fire.
Oh, the miss.
There's going to be another sleight of fist in a few seconds, so WEU should have it. It's not even needed. It's the right clicks alone as WEU gets the kill.
Nicely done. I like that they double-checked the rune here, because WEU's having a little bit of trouble versus the Zeus. Now he's able to offset. But man, look at Nine's last hits. That is
easy. This is classic Nine. You know?
There's a small camp too, but yeah, classic
You put this man on any sort of mid laner with a good nuking ability. The Coles, the Zeus's. You know he's going to be top CS in the first few minutes, and he indeed is smashing it. 35 last hits.
Dude, 33 is also tremendous.
He's doing just as well.
Even better, in fact, because some of those aren't small camp. Like, he's just farming down bottom. The Zeus' net worth is higher because he got first blood, but if he didn't get first blood, that Beastmaster would be top net worth. Zeus 6 now also, so an element that Alliance has to be worried about in the side lanes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Shaman in. They're making the move on him. And they're probably going to call for the Zeus ult.
There we go. 9. Able to get involved with that global action.
Oh, this is actually a really annoying lineup, though. They're mentioning on the panel, you know, there's the Tombstone, the Pugnamore, but even the Skeletons, too. Eidolons, like lots of different summons and annoying things that Alliance does have.
Careful what you say.
Yeah, look at that level advantage, though, for 9. He actually has, like, almost a full level advantage on top of WEU top.
Not quite able to finish snaking off that.
Oh, cool, and he went for Arcane Boots on the Enigma. So this is the Saberlight thing where you go Arcane Boots into the Vessel, and since he's playing versus Wyvern, DK, Beastmaster, could see it working out if he does go that route.
Yeah, what sort of route do you go there? You get the Vessel and then you just go Vessel BKB, or do you still try and get a Blink into your build?
I would imagine, I don't know, actually in this game, because he's so countered, it's actually really hard. Is bottom.
River, Remnant forward. We are. He's going to be able to jump in and take down 9. They also take out Saxter as Alliance. Very nice movement there from the supports to join forces with Weeha in the mid to get 2 pretty big kills. Snaking is going to be looking to find a haste room. We'll be able to charge away before there's any further chase down from Weeha. But yeah, important kills. He's been having a tough matchup, but they're getting him these early action. You know, we are 2 kills now in the mid.
Yeah, great place really from the supports, knowing that these 2 offlane or the 2 side laners can do fine on their own. The Enigma with the Eidolons, Wraith King's just versus a Beastmaster who can't really bully him or kill him by any means. So yeah, great job double checking runes. Much needed for Weeha. But again, still looking at the Beastmaster getting this top farm, complete free farm, and we know what 33 is able to do with this a lot of times. His Dominator is going to set the tempo for this game.
Yeah,
Weeha is looking to maybe slow it down though. I like this move. This is a good one if he's able to find it. I don't know if he was, it maybe looks like he was kind of spotted, but I like that he's even trying to slow down this Beastmaster right now.
It's going to be a tough kill to get, especially if Tundra keep close to the tower. 33 and Sax are stepping out a little bit. Doesn't look like Weeha is going to be happy with finding any opportunity though. They're back to mid.
Yeah, whenever you leave like mid versus even something like Zeus, someone that can spam it out so hard. 9 just triple nukes the wave. There's no Ember at the tower. He's making the call. He's like, hey, watch out on those side lanes. What build's Nico Baby gonna go for? Will he go for his trusted Radiance build this
He's
game
not
on?
going to go Radiance. But we still, I believe we only saw that once from him last season, and it didn't go great.
No, I don't think
I think that was because Alliance's record was very good in Div 2 last season, well, last tour, in fact. I think that was maybe even like one of, if not the only game they did lose. So we're probably not going to see the Radiance this game.
No, I wouldn't imagine.
I'm all sure we're going to see the classic Armlet, Deso, Blink.
9. He's standing toe-to-toe with the Ember. He's gonna get him.
Is he? I mean, he is. Yeah, 9, that far right click takes out the kill. Alliance, they'll make sure to take him down in return.
Oh, Nico Baby gets blasted with his dot damage from his Fire Blast. I thought the illusions were going to take it.
I'll be happy with that one.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, Stomani, you better stop attacking with those illusions. Your Wraith can TP mid for the kill.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think Alliance, they'll definitely be happy with that one. Nico Baby in particular. That's phase boost done, turns up, gets himself a cheeky little kill on the enemy mid.
I like how they also, like if you look bottom, they've littered the bottom area with sentry wards because killing Hawks is so valuable. When you're playing versus Beastmaster, of course blocking the camps too, but if you kill like 2 Hawks in laning phase, you've done excellent. But either way, 2k gold advantage for Tundra. Even though these movements have gone successfully for Alliance, they're just getting more out of the map.
They need more, and they're going to try for it. Already the dives are coming in. As we are, he's ready to play deep to look towards 9, up towards the tier 2 tower. Slide a bit, does the job. Alliance making sure that they continue to keep this pressure on towards 9.
And they're getting potential tower too. I mean, lots of damage going on to it. They've got a Glyph and Fade Bolt now, so we'll get slowed down, but good pressure coming out from Alliance.
Yeah, playing very nicely around Weeha.
Oh, Snaking also bought a Hedress. Yeah, so 2 Hedresses on the side of Tundra.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 1 tower, already down to half HP. We'll see where 9 heads on the respawn.
I like that they're double moving with the supports constantly. I know I was mentioning it before, but even more so just because they literally, like, they have no catch with the 2 supports. So if they're just there with bodies just throwing their spells with Weeha, it actually does help quite a lot. Be able to make plays.
The side lanes are relatively safe, right?
All right, yeah.
Nico Baby he's on a Wraith King under his tower. He's pretty fine. And top lane, Symmetrical has been left in a 1v1, him against the DK. They don't need that extra focus of support around those areas.
So, and the reason why I did mention the Radiance, because if you look at the enemy lineup, it doesn't look that bad. Right?
Oh, this is actually a game where you wouldn't mind a Radiance.
High armor DK,
he's not going to get a Radiance.
Summons from Beastmaster, Wyvern Cold, and I mean, you could see the argument perhaps for it, but I hope he doesn't do it. But just because it's Nico Baby, that's why
I think we're going to see Armlet Desto.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I guess it sort of depends on Wee's build, because we've sometimes seen the Desto Ember. What's we are going for this game?
I wouldn't like Desto this game on it.
Not on the Ember.
No. You're playing versus Wyvern. You want to get your Maelstrom and stuff like that. You want to be able to go through that. But actually, he queues it up. I did queue it. Okay.
It feels good.
Okay.
I think it feels good. You know, so that it's having that AOE effective Desto effect. It's nice.
I mean, that
it's a lot of damage on the slide spam.
And the supports are very squishy. You know, they're very low armor, very low HP.
But I tell you what, for you, that does open up the possibility of a Radiance for the Wraith King.
It is
possible. If the Ember's behind the Desto, we'll see.
Okay, we shall see. Top. Tombstone is down a very aggressive position.
Yeah, instant TP's coming in. Saxa will turn up, make sure that Alliance aren't able to dive for any kills at the tier 2.
Easy money.
Ooh, we are nearly going down to Thunder God's Wrath. I believe the wand may have just saved his life. I'll be able to head back and reset. Back down on the bottom half, though, we see 33, still top net worth.
Yep.
And he's still getting this space. He's hitting these timings, and he's able to get the push up right towards the tier 2. So sooner or later, Alliance is going to have to do something about this. They're coming in with the smoke.
Yeah, I was going to, but did it get spotted, perhaps? I don't think it did.
Oh, and dude, you're getting your Radiance.
I am, right? He queued it up.
I mean, as you said, though, you like it this
argument.
game.
I can see the argument more than ever. More than any other games that he's gone in, I can see why. 33? This could be another one. The stun onto the Undying in the back.
TPs are coming in. 33 with the farm that he's had is not too easy to take down.
Did he just take over the Wild Wing and push himself? I think he did. Yes, he did. Nice little play there. Free 4-staff with that Dominator.
Radiant's middle tower.
Let's have a look at it again. Of course, the action replay.
Look how quick he thinks about it, too.
Boom.
Right? That's very fast how he reacted.
Very, very nice.
Power rune for Weehaw, a good one, a haste rune.
Dude, what is this Undying set?
What What the hell is that?
Dude, that looks like an alchemist that's let himself really go.
Oh, it's like the Spartan Guard kind of one. I've seen it before. I have seen it.
That's a wall.
It looked weird on my screen though. 2K lead still for Tundra, so still distributing that wealth, but Alliance, it feels like they're being the ones a little bit more active around the map looking for these plays at the moment. But Tundra doesn't seem to care.
Bottom tower
Look at this.
9 though, might care.
I mean, he should have this kill, right? I don't think. Okay, with the cold embrace, it's going to make things a little more complicated.
And meanwhile, Aramis gets.
Still wants to go for this. He's going to get cursed. He's got the mana to come over and help out. I mean, Weehar's totally fine. He can keep going. He can keep diving. I mean, I think he's going to keep committing for 9. Okay, no, he's backing out. He knows the right time to back out. Saxa was there, but not a lot that he could do himself. He's going to take a few tower hits coming in, but Weehar's fine. And
Nico Baby.
let's see if maybe Nico Baby can indeed pick up a kill instead. He's going to turn towards Saxa. Saxa's going for the TPL, but they've got the damage. Nico Baby able to get some more gold towards that Radiance fund.
Mid tower's going down though. The stolen Eidolons plus the Wild Wing. It'll get denied.
Middle tower has been denied.
Nice to see. There's some good aggression from Weehaw, some good control as well. I feel, you know, in the past, maybe from other mids as well, you get that deep, you get that committed. It's very hard to sort of say, you know what, I'm out.
Yeah, good control.
Knowing when to back off and making a lot of space.
It's great aggression that's coming out really from Alliance. It's still, like we said, 2K gold advantage for Tundra, but Tundra's just farming. They're not really like, they're playing the reactive game so far, just reacting to the movements from Alliance rather than making their own proactive ones. Alliance making some nice aggressive moves, and it is going to be a blink on the Enigma done already.
Okay, opting to get that done before the full Vessel.
Okay. I do really like the Vessel, I'll be honest. The Vessel Midnight Pulse is something that's just, I mean, Sablelight's definitely onto something with that.
It now depends what Symmetra's going to be able to do with this blink.
Yes.
Getting the blink a little bit earlier, you've got to look for the payoff play.
Yeah. It'll let him get into the backline and follow up with Weehaw a little bit easier, but... My God, dude. Like, let's just pull up last hits for a second, by the way, just so you guys can see this. 180 almost on the Beastmaster. It's pretty crazy.
And 33, he's having a great time here.
He's already got his Helm of the Overlord level 12. He's got the Dragon.
Your place is here.
Yeah, one of the most farmed Beastmasters.
That's pretty wild, actually, to see that much above the average. And you know, usually that's like with heroes that have played another role. You know, Beastmaster, it's always in the same one, so it's a fair comparison.
Can't get the roar.
And very much an accurate showing of how far ahead he is from the standard.
It's 14 minutes, and he's at 180 CS. That's like 12, 13, 14 CS a minute, right?
I can't remember, do we get the stats
crazy.
nowadays? We've got any cool stats about that? Because that's got to be some record or something, right? On a Beastmaster.
It's a lot of neutral creeps, but either way, I mean, that is insane.
Just the raw number.
Yeah.
Oh,
and still, now Tundra's feeling strong. Now they're feeling like they can get aggressive with this Helm of the Overlord. He has a shard queued up next, an amazing shard, super underrated.
Yeah,
and we changed, by the way. He
did.
Yeah.
Okay. But now there's no Death Zone, right? And unless no, we're not seeing a change from Nico, baby. He's still going to commit for the Radiance. No, it's F, which I'm excited to see. You know, it's good to see that he's still stuck with it after it hasn't worked out in the past. But as you say, because of reasons that this game, there are reasons on paper why the Radiance will work. And we know, historically, Nico Baby has been a huge fan of the Radiance build.
Yeah, it's been. But that's changed, of course, with recent times. A little bit different now.
So we'll see if he can make it work here in this game.
Wow, really interesting build from Aramis too. I mean, I guess because he's playing 4, he wants to try to transition a bit more, but he has BKB queued up, phase boots, and max decay. Not max soul rip, not max tombstone.
Phase boost in a BKB. Let's go. That's my kind of support.
I do not like it, I'll be honest. I'll be straight up honest. I don't really see why he would go for that build, but maybe it'll work out for maybe he has some other idea with it.
I mean, we have seen in the past, Aramis very much a support player that sometimes he wants to carry the game himself. We've seen him on like when he did the Weaver last tour. I remember a specific game.
Yeah, the lift.
He's gone.
Follow-up.
And so is this tower.
They might knock on the front door. The tombstone was used.
Yeah, this is speeding up rather quickly. You know, Tundra, they ain't stopping with this push.
No, and they actually freeze the creep as well too, and Glyph was used. This could be a Rax.
I think it's definitely a Rax. I mean, Alliance, they'll be lucky that the tier 2s are up in the other lanes. Let's see if there's any sort of chance of a defense.
I mean, they're just nailing the melee Rax. It's dead.
It's gone.
Uh-oh. Well, that blew the game wide open. I don't know if you can even opt to go for... I mean, he already bought the relic. Never mind, so you have no other option.
He wants his Radiance.
Uh-oh, this game could end very quickly, I feel like, now. They just like really opened up the whole game. Roche is now an option too. Aggressive vision is going to be easier for Tundra to place down.
Let's have a look at that replay again. That top move, instant setup for snaking. And then, of course, once you've got that opening, Tundra, fantastic follow-up control and damage to come in after the curse comes to an end.
Perfect timing, really, from Soxa to get the grab there.
Yeah, very, very cleanly done there by Tundra.
Snaking looks confused. I think he's like, what are they doing there?
He looked, yeah, he looked very, very confused.
And they can't fight this. That's the thing about Alliance. They can't actually go near this area. Because their Wraith King doesn't really, he doesn't do any damage. I mean, if he gets to hitting targets, which he just can't really do versus this lineup, he would be able to, but pre-Radiance, no damage. Now in Aegis, I mean, they're just gonna run down another lane, it looks like.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, it's gonna be tough for Alliance, I think, at this point. You know, this is sort of Tundra at full throttle. This is kind of how they win the games. They get these 18-minute barracks, and then they're already ready to look for the second. They get that Aegis. Good luck trying to stop the Tundra train.
Oh, Aramis actually killed the Hawk right before it stunned him with his decay. That was really close. He would have died. I think right now the pressure is a lot onto the Enigma, who, I mean,
Symmetral's got to get a big black hole there.
I mean, he bought it earned, but he's gotten 0 charges. He actually hasn't been able to get involved into a single fight because now Tundra's just full grouped.
They've got the Radiance online.
They have to fight. They just have to somehow battle on high ground.
They've got to get in, get the setup.
Dude, look at the DK's buff. He is buffed up.
Look at that. A little bit of everything there for Skeeter. He is loving life. 1-0-2. He's had a pretty chill game. You know, not the most kills, but the objectives, the creep hitting, it's been there.
That's all that matters. 9 deals with the side lanes. He has Kaya Sanj. Damage is super high. Also, he did buy a shard.
There we go. Alliance the smokes up.
But it's an Aegis on Skeeter.
They are hesitant on committing for the DK.
Oh, they're just going to back out, though. Tombstone's dropped. Tundra's just going to walk away from Tomb and try to fight elsewhere. They might lose Skeeter, though.
They'll take him out once, for sure. Now, see if there's going to be any sort of attempt to fight back for Tundra if they'll let Skeeter go a second time. He's out with the blink, in fact. It's an easy escape.
That should help.
Yeah, as soon as Tombstone down, you see that's the only thing that they're worried about inside the team fights on Tundra. So just pull the reset, and now perhaps going back in, perhaps just killing Stoman, and the Boris plus the Dragon might be able to do it.
Symmetral's going to try and do his best to help out here. And Stomanen, indeed, looking to be very dead. 33. Picks up the kill.
I've been watching this matchup of the Pugna versus Beastmaster. It looks so hard for Pugna to play Dota. You're spotted the whole game. Even if you're trying to like save people, what I've seen all these Beastmasters do is they literally just right-click your summons on them in team fights too. And
tough.
What do? You can't life drain and save anybody either because these summons just kill you.
And then when you're playing against 33's Beastmaster, it's like, good luck.
Yeah, top net worth still, by the way.
Yeah, 2k ahead of the enemy carry. Yeah, 33 is looking pretty unstoppable this game.
This is one of his best heroes, of course. Top Skeeter, looks like he just wants to catch the wave. Don't believe that's him actually going for a kill. And they're building items to end the game next, right now. Like, they're going for Pipe on the Wyvern, they're going for BKB, well, BKB on DK is normal, but BKB on Beastmaster as well too. These couple more auras, and then that's just going to be closing the game out for them.
Yeah, Alliance, they've got to have that one big team fight.
But they're just, I mean, the thing is though, is now they're getting trapped in their base a bit. Now it's like the strangle is starting to happen. The Tundra's just limiting the farm completely.
Radiant's bottom
And if anybody
tower
goes out,
is
they'll
under
die.
attack.
It's looking tough. They're losing towers here across the board. Final tier 2 is going to fall.
They're just losing it to the summons as well, too. They don't technically know where the Tundra heroes are, so they can't actually
Radiant's
venture
bottom tower
pretty much
has
anywhere
fallen.
else on the map.
Dyer's top tower is
Nico
under
Baby, the
attack.
only one who's going to be able to get small farm that comes in from the waves. The rest of his team, at this point now, just trapped.
That's tough.
Smooth
Very
game
tough
for
to
Tundra.
find the fight. I mean, as we said, the pressure on Symmetrical's Enigma to get a good black hole, but as we pointed out in the draft, they pretty much got all the answers under the sun to stopping
He needs a
black
five-man.
hole.
He needs a five-man
It
black
has
hole.
to be, otherwise
Everyone can cancel.
It's very, very easily going to be cancelled.
Or stolen, and then turned. Smoking up as soon as a wave pushes out a little bit from the side of Alliance. Tundra smokes, goes toward that wave to kind of catch to see if anybody's there. But looking for any type of fight. They know how strong they are.
Aramis, it has been caught. We'll see Symmetrical try and jump forward to help him out. But Aramis cannot escape the Dragons.
We are now.
Got the setup. 33's got Aurora as well. He's ready to keep him locked down. Goodbye, Weehaw.
Oh, and this one's pretty over, it feels like.
It is. This is a quick one, boys and girls.
Radiant structures are
22
fortified.
minutes in, and Tundra are up for a second set of the barracks here.
I'm eyes on Symmetrical, but it's like
Radiant's
five-man black holes. But
middle
even
tower
then,
It's got to be a 5-man.
it's like even then though, like
It's got to be a
I don't even
10-man.
know.
He's got to catch him twice.
Let's see what they can do. The double dragons taking out the tower. That is a bold TP.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle
Oh, Nico
tower
Baby's going in.
Trying to get the back line.
He's ready to start some action. But that's him gone the once. We are will buy back, jumping in towards 9. BKB popped by Skeeter. He bought back for this, instantly dies. Tombstone gets taken out straight away. And now with the birds, they're ready to chase down Aramis. Aramis caught out by the stun. He's gone.
Radiant's middle barracks are
9,
under
he's just
attack.
run line it, ready to go. He's got the backup of the cold embrace. The black hole will be used to lock down 9.
Okay.
We'll get them the kill. They bring down 9.
But they're gonna lose Nico Baby.
I mean, 33, he's ready to go target here. The Decrepify for Shimon, and we'll give Nico Baby the chance to try
Did the
this.
bird hit him over there?
Wait, what?
I think the bird
Radiant's
followed him
middle
when he
barracks
blinked.
are under
No, wait,
attack.
that looks strange. We'll get a
I
cool
think the dive
replay
bomb
of that
hit him.
one. But indeed, you just can't escape this 33 Beastmaster.
No, you can't.
And his birds, he'll have you.
And the situation where they have to use black hole, it's on a solo Zeus outside the base.
Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, look, watch. He blinks, and the hawk hits. It hits in the position where he was
Radiant's bottom tower is under
originally,
attack.
but it does the damage over there. Look,
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
that was cool.
So
Radiant's bottom barracks
how
are
does
under
that was
attack.
so? That looks so crazy.
That
yeah.
looks bizarre.
Radiant's
Interesting.
bottom barracks
But either
has
way,
fallen.
Mega Creeps.
Well,
Radiant's
even-
bottom
in a
barracks
second.
It was
has
dead.
fallen.
Oh, even if he
Radiant's
doesn't
middle
die,
barracks
the
are
game is
under
over.
The game is certainly looking pretty over. Mega's here, 24 minutes.
Holy moly!
Tundra very much showing that they are.
Has fallen.
They're still coming in with the same steam that they were playing with the major.
I really do think this Beastmaster versus Pugna matchup is just insane, though. This Beastmaster is just a nuts hero right now.
I mean, what hero do you have to ban away from 33? You know, it's like
Take your poison, right?
it really is. He really has
Oh,
got these
boy.
heroes that he looks the best in the world at.
Yeah. His summons, right? The Vistages, the Beastmasters, the Lycans even that we saw at the Major. It's a problem a lot of times. The pace that Tundra's able to set. We were actually looking at the pacing. They're the fastest team of the patch.
Yeah.
Were they fastest or second? I think they were the fastest.
I
yeah.
wouldn't be
Or second
surprised.
Fastest.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're up there.
Fastest with the highest win rate, I believe it is. Some other teams are
Radiant's
faster, but with
middle
much lower
tower
win
is
rates.
under attack.
I think, for Alliance as well, it's always going to be a risk with some of these item builds this game, right?
Absolutely.
You're going for sort of the greedier potential to sort of take it to the later portions. That's just not going to happen against Tundra.
The other thing is, too, they moved the Enigma to a 3-roll, and it's completely
It's a hard
addressed.
game.
It's completely
Radiant's
countered.
middle
So
tower
I
really
feel
hard
like
game.
it did put things hard, but I think Tundra did recognize
Yep.
that they could just go for this group up, go for these auras, and just... There's nothing that Alliance can really do to stop it.
That's the Alliance. I'll give it one final shot here.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
How long have we got till the black hole? Still a bit of time.
55.
50. Tier 4's going down.
And it's just so hard because even he's got BKB queued, and even besides that, even BKB is fully countered and addressed by 4 different heroes, or 3 different nav.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Last tower.
Not a lot that Alliance can do.
Radiant's middle
Nasty,
tower
it's a
has
magical
fallen.
jump forward. Skinner immediately gets on top of him in return, takes him down. The ancient is gone in a second. GG is called. Whew. Tundra looking as terrifying as they did in some of their performances during the major. This is a strong squad, and Alliance struggling in this opening game.
Yeah, and the Zeus pick absolutely working out. I mean, First Blood helped, but he did excellent in the matchup. He was always ahead of the
Dire team pick.
I'm here with Jenkins, and you should be seeing the draft on your screens momentarily. Playing which side? You gotta wait for all the things to go away. Now you can do it.
Alliance
Production's doing it on purpose.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you play against Tundra, you don't ban Beastmaster because you think you
Yeah.
can counter it.
First pick, Dire again for Tundra. We got an IO and a Rubik band coming out from Tundra and Enigma, because the Alliance doesn't want to pick it themselves anymore. Enigma and Doom.
10
That means that the
seconds
hero that made
remaining.
it through compared to previous game is the CK. That's the one that Alliance banned
5
previously.
seconds remaining.
I'm glad they didn't, that Enigma is banned out, because now they can't say the name about 50 times during the draft, so that's actually really good for me here.
Alliances
You know the
turn
problem
to
with Beastmaster is like, okay, I was gonna mention something like the Chen and CM, like these boar counters just don't do what they used to, because
Yeah, he's not gonna get it.
go axes anyway, right?
Yeah.
It's like the fact that multiple builds are viable. Like sometimes on Beastmaster, you get a patch where it's
10
just
Great
axes.
remaining.
contribution to the draft here from one of the Alliance members. Maybe they might be sticking together. Yeah,
I think it's Aramis because I saw him standing behind Stamanon earlier as well. So
It's always funny to see someone missing. They're like, yeah, I trust you guys.
Dire team pick.
Easy. All right, so we got a little bit of an old school combination. Now, I know that Crystal Maiden is not that good anymore against Beastmasters, what you guys mentioned. However, Crystal Maiden's stock is rising
It is right.
rapidly.
Yeah.
That shard is OP. Like, it's so good now.
You are playing
10
into
seconds remaining.
Aoi 69,000 coach though. This guy's
Yes.
the CM god
seconds
of
remaining.
Dota, and he's been spamming a lot lately. So I feel like there's a lot of in the comms going on right now. There's a lot of this doesn't counter Beastmaster. Who cares? Here's what you do. Yada, like explaining this hero
Dire
because
team
this is a double down counter to Beastmaster right now.
So the way they approach this is probably gonna, like, you don't know if it's gonna be mid coddle or not, but if they play Beastmaster with the coddle and spam axes, like you're gonna have a very difficult time in terms of trading region in this lane. So that's one way to deal with that. I
10
mean, Tundra,
seconds remaining.
it feels like they always have like an answer, like even during the major,
5
whatever is
seconds
thrown at them,
remaining.
they have like this mentality to adapt extremely quickly.
Alliances
They didn't
turn
spend
to
any
ban.
extra time for this.
Yeah, this is clearly like the sort of opening that they prepped against. Like you're saying with the answer,
Dire
like
team ban.
I mean, these are where like you get your good openings from in Dota, where you feel like, okay, like what are the primary counters to like the best play style of this hero? All right, what's some secondary play style that we can enable so that counter comes out? We can deal with it. Like Timber saw like wave cutting instead
10
of
seconds
playing the lane
remaining.
against like a Monkey King or something like that, which is exactly what I remember Tundra did that in
5
DPC season 1. They
seconds
picked
remaining.
Timber into Monkey because otherwise, other than the Monkey, it was a good Timber game, something like that. And they
Alliances
just
turn
cut
to
the wave
ban.
level 3. So like they have a way to play against these heroes.
So you guys are saying that Phantom Assassin Crystal Maiden, in theory, could be a counter still to Beastmaster? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
the
strong
old boar
lane.
build. Like if you
Yeah.
go the boar build, then yeah, for sure. But
But if he doesn't, does
Coddle
Phantom
Beast?
Assassin do enough?
no, not Coddle Beast. Like, well, this is
10
one of those things
seconds
where
remaining.
maybe for Alliance the pivot is. Even if you have a Coddle Beast, which is a very
5
strong lane,
seconds
you pick up
remaining.
like a Tusk for Alliance, and all of a sudden you have this roam threat to the lane, and the CM, the PA are more of just like nukers and slowers for the Tusk to come in. I think that's a good answer.
Whenever I see these two heroes, it reminds me of Virtus Pro from the previous season, like the real season, 2021. That's the way that they played it. Like they nuke the lane, they get faster level 2, and then they start playing aggressive, go for the kill, and just enable Phantom Assassin to get like multiple kills. You get the Orb of Corrosion as well in this lane to be able to slow them extra. Like if you catch someone, that hero is just straight up dead. It's a killer lane. It's one of the lanes
have
that
to
can
kill.
easily
Yeah.
snowball. Like you can't just trade farm, but if they decide to put Beastmaster and Keeper of the Light, you might not get close to them in terms, like, also Keeper of the Light is a very good response to Phantom Assassin with the Blinding Light later on. Just works really nice pre-BKB.
Dire team ban.
Just go. I hate to talk about the same lane over and over again, but I'm just thinking of the lane theory of this, and especially when it comes to Tundra, because these guys are really good at figuring out how to play lanes. You talk about getting level 2 first on CM and PA. I feel you can't do that into Coddle beast.
That might be.
They're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna double nuke the
10
first wave and get level
seconds
2 on you, right? Which is why I would love to see the double down from Alliance to pick
5
one of
seconds
these
remaining.
melee ganking fours. So it's like, okay, maybe you're gonna push the lane and get level 2 first, but it's not about our duo in the lane. It's about the person that can rotate to it, or some Nature's Prophet that can TP from off lane. Unlikely to happen because it's not really an off lane hero these days. But something in that line of thinking, I think, is super strong.
I mean, we did see Beastmaster previous game for Tundra was the main hero. Like, okay, there was a Dragon Knight for Skeeter in the game, but he could have been playing
Yeah,
anything.
he had
at that point,
12,000 net worth
Yeah.
when his carry DK had 9,000.
Yeah.
It was insane.
So you want to see
5
something else that
seconds
addresses this Beastmaster, because otherwise 33 is just once again gonna run away with it.
Beastmaster as a hero just provides you with everything. You have a BKB piercing ability, you have a strong laner, you have someone that can push, builds into Helm, unlocks a
Alliances
Roshan,
turn
kills
to
the
pick.
towers, just does so many things.
And we still have the CK band out on the side of Alliance, so it's Faces Void, Medusa, CK. And on the other side, we got some mid bands with the Pango, the Bat, and the Storm. Does that tell us anything? Because of course, we're still
10
keeping in our
seconds
minds
remaining.
that Keeper of the Light can be flexible.
Yeah, this is just straight up
5
carry-to-carry
seconds
matchup that
Mm-hmm.
Alliance is banning out for. I'm not sure if that's like a good approach because there's still certain heroes left in the pool that work well against Phantom Assassin. The first one that comes to my mind is Bloodseeker. This hero has been on
Oh,
the
yeah.
rise,
It's
and
nice.
like Phantom Assassin does not get to play the game. You get ruptured, you're dead.
Yeah, especially when you're getting blinding lighted as well.
Yep. The typical stuff that she likes to go to, like BKB, Satanic, these sorts of items, it does absolutely nothing to a rupture. It just pierces through all of that. You need to get the Lincolns, but like it's so easy to just pop the Lincolns and rupture anyway, or you just double rupture.
And Blood Ride's very good against Crystal Maiden, actually.
Yeah.
So that's nice too.
Ground targeted silence for the CM ulti.
Yep.
Which is like, in my opinion, the primary reason why this hero stock is increasing.
You know how
the
you
ult
can-
being so strong.
Yeah.
Sense the CM spammer that someone loves the hero, that like the first they see the hero and they're like, oh shard, it's really good, and like, yeah, this is really bad. They have experience in playing against Achiever. I'm looking at you.
I've been having a lot of luck with Crystal Maiden in my games lately. It's feeling really
It's good.
good.
People are climbing with it.
Yeah.
Look out for CM. I do like the idea of Mag here, just because you are, instead of like trying to double down on countering the Beast
seconds
Caudal,
remaining.
it's just kind of like, okay, well now we win late game, so like now you address us.
5 seconds
That's
remaining.
another way of going about this, which I think Alliance didn't do in the last draft, where they had some picks in the early game and then they have to change the way that things are because of the Tundra draft. But this is pretty nice. I like this.
If they want to go for Vibrant route again, it feels really good. It's always been a counter to Magnus because you know where they're going to be grouping up. Then you split the fight against the Phantom Assassin, straight up physical damage. But if this is your support, like, you can make it work. This Keeper of the Light can still be on the mid lane. But I think the other option for their safe lane is the Grimstroke. Okay, they go with Wyvern.
No Wyvern. So that does
Could
that
still be a mid Wyvern or Caudal.
okay, but we do know that the only hero that we're needing to be picked still on Tundra is once again Skeeter's here.
Yes.
Yeah, and you also have like another save, Decrypify plus Wyvern. So
10 seconds
it's
remaining.
difficult, but these are three very squishy heroes.
Yes.
Like Pagna,
5
Wyvern, the
seconds
Keeper of
remaining.
Light, they don't have any like real stuns. The only stun is a Beastmaster.
Don't forget the dive bombs.
Dive bombs, here we go.
Yeah, those are quite impactful last game.
Yeah, that's true.
They need some
Dire team
backline
back.
jumper. Something that... Okay, that's not bad. Like if they try to save people with like the Decrypify and someone's X marked, there's gonna
Embrace.
be a lot of
Yeah.
magical damage. Cold Embrace, as you said, like set up for both for Torrent as well.
And I would imagine we're gonna see the Kunkka in the mid lane. So Keeper of the Light, Winter
10
Wyvern,
Or Caudal, yeah. Or, yeah, both
or
of these
even
heroes.
Pugna. Like, are they good? Is Kunkka good
No.
against
Yeah.
all of it?
Yeah, so this is what Spirit was picking against Keeper of the Light. And I think Spirit actually beat Tundra in one of the games, if I recall correctly, with the Kunkka versus Caudal.
Alliances
It looks
turned
really
back.
strong for whatever reason. We were all trying to figure out exactly why it was. Like, Caudal's a low armor hero. You know, you have this advantage in the first couple of waves. Like Kunkka seemed like it's a long range catch for the Caudal too. Like Kunkka seems like a really excellent counter to Caudal mid, but I don't see Wyvern mid going any better either. It's the same
10
concept as the
seconds
Caudal, right? So
remaining.
you're low armor, a hero that needs to be caught in the back lines. It's a great Kunkka
5
pick.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, he's also one of the heroes that makes him more durable in the team fights, and damage coming out from Tundra is very limited, I would say.
Dire team back.
Like this Wyvern Pugna as a support duo like you don't dish out some. If the boat goes off, you're gonna have a hard time dealing the damage. You know, that's where the Keeper of the Light is gonna kick in, because yeah, it's just like Spirit Vessel Buyer. He comes online extremely quickly, and we see that Bloodseeker ban. It makes a lot of sense.
When we saw Crystal Maiden yesterday in the hands of Game of Gladiators, and I know they didn't win with it, but it was played as position 4. Would you like it to be a 5 or a 4? Because I would imagine we're missing. It looks like, okay, so Tundra banned out the Necrophos. Who's going to be the other support next to the CM?
Dire team pick.
Is this a Mag 5? Is it Mag 4?
I think it's Mag offlane. You just want to get him to his items, like get him to farm. And what they're looking for, well, I don't know. I mean, that's what Tundra, well, that's what they think. They think this, maybe they have some information from the scrims where they played it, but I mean, you can still make it work. For a long time, Magnus was really popular as position 5, and then you have Kunkka with the cleave that can clear the stacks early on. So can Phantom Assassin, so you need someone that's just going to be stacking triangle for Alliance.
Wraith King kind of seems like the only thing that's left for Skeeter. I feel like it's pretty good against PA. You Silver Edge Buyer, so you have the break. It's good against Mag Kunkka because they press their ults and they're on cooldown. You respawn, you laugh at them, but maybe it's too vanilla for Tundra, the last pick. But there's not many, like there's a lot of carries that are banned out or just not that good.
I mean, to be honest, Skeeter's Wraith King, I mean, it is the hero that he spammed most in the previous season. And when I say season, I do mean 2021.
I don't remember who was at the major, but somebody said, some smart person, was a player, that, I think it was Crit actually. He said that you like Pugna and Wraith King in a lane together because Wraith King makes up for Pugna's weaker laning. Early lane. Was that the quote? You're looking at me.
I don't know. Like
I do remember a conversation like that happening.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
You think Wraith King with supports that are weaker? Okay,
There we go. Wraith King anyway.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah, now I believe.
Now I remember.
I know Wraith King Pugna is a combo. That's
Yeah.
I'm
sure.
quoting somebody much smarter.
For sure.
So
would you rather have Wyvern or Coddle mid?
probably Coddle. I think Coddle can build items that burst PA pretty early. Like there's going to be a window where PA doesn't have a BKB where Coddle can burst the PA. And I fear that a Wyvern's like a little too slow.
Speaking of tempo, I mean, we're talking about Tundra being one of the fastest teams. That's a Snapfire overall, so it should be a position 4 or something.
It can also be an off lane.
Sure, true.
Just we mentioned it during the previous panel against the Pugna, works really well. So who's going to be playing? It's going to be position 4. Makes a lot of sense. You can kill the ward. You can also deal damage on the creepified units. The same goes for Wyvern. So that's going to be very good response. I like it. I think Alliance this time around, they have like much better draft. They have a lot of the boxes checked. Knowing how Tundra plays, like if someone else picked these 3 heroes, Keeper of the Light, Pugna, and Wyvern, I would say that they're not going to be able to execute, but I put a lot of faith in Tundra's execution.
We had a 26-minute game, first game. It's going to be longer.
I think it'll be longer. I mean, I like Alliance's draft a lot better. I think it's much easier for them to execute. They have good late game. If they go late, it actually will be probably in their favor. With that being said, with how Tundra looked in the previous game, I don't know if having an even or slightly better draft is enough. So Alliance is also going to have to step it up in terms of their execution.
I think it's exciting to see. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased for Crystal Maiden, but Stomanon used to obviously be a position 4.
Yeah.
And I think Crystal Maiden is one of those heroes at the moment that if you get a little bit of extra gold on it, you can still kind of transition into a bigger impact.
I think she's good with gold.
Here we go again.
I think she is.
Gotta say. Let's find out if we're going to see a third game series of Alliance can bring it back here against Tundra. We're heading over to OD Pixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 of Alliance versus Tundra. Fog, what have we got here? We've got some Tundra classics right there. The 9 Coddle coming in, being the big one. And from Alliance, we're seeing a different approach, but indeed, as we heard from the panel approach, they kind of prefer this time.
I agree. I think this is a much better fighting lineup, and it's not fully countered like the Enigma was, where they put it into that core role. Also, some really good late game scaling potential and good ways to stall game. Like, let's say
sure.
they do start getting pushed out. You have skewers into base. You have tidal waves into base with the Kunkka too. So lots of different fun stuff to do. And the most important thing for me, at least, was addressing the Beastmaster. The first 2 picks, the CMPA. So ideally, just looking for those heroes that can lane good versus Beast. He's gonna go for the Axe build, as we've seen popularized more and more, especially when you're playing versus these kind of boar killing heroes. So I like the adaptation from Alliance, and I really actually do like the last pick, Snapfire. I think, like Panel mentioned, really strong versus the Pugna, outranging and everything like that. Your versus Wyvern as well looks pretty solid this time around.
All right, let's see. And excited to see as well the impact of the offlane Magnus.
Yes.
Symmetrical, bringing it up towards the core role.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of it. A couple players have tried it. It's looked mixed, I feel like. I've seen mixed builds too between the... I think I've seen like some Greaves and stuff build, but mostly it's still just around that that Blink build. I saw an Echo Sayer. I think that was in tier 2 though. I think that was Chessie was playing it, so.
Let's have a look, see if we get anything crazy with the lane setups. Doesn't seem to be anything too wild. Skeeter.
Oh, looks like
will be top.
Looks like Tundra has changed their style, by the way. I know everybody was looking at them as the stick buyers, the innovators of buying sticks every game. Both supports with Hedris, both games. So
Interesting.
different approaches that they're looking for to maybe change the way that buying regen is done. So a bit interesting to point that out.
Maybe they're just getting ahead of the meta. You know, maybe they've sort of looked to the future, seen what's coming out in a patch.
Like sticks are 250 now instead of 200. Need to find a solution.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Maybe they're on
Headdress
something.
is on the rise.
Yeah. We'll see how that. I mean, it worked for them last game, and it definitely makes sense. We saw, like I said, Thunder Awakens was doing it at the major a lot, so it is really cool. And looking at these lanes does feel quite a lot better, as we said, for Alliance, for them to come out even in these, even slow down Skeeter, perhaps.
Like if it's about top bottom lane, you know, Nico baby, you can farm decently against these two.
Yeah.
With sort of the daggers.
Yeah, he should do fine. Nico should have free farm down here. Stallmanin will probably die, but perhaps they can even get some kills down here because it is a squishy Pugna that they can commit for with the CM and the PA.
And then, you know, the mid matchup, Kunkka, one of the heroes that can sort of push back waves nicely against it, keep with the light, keep the balance.
Yeah, you can keep that farm up too. You won't match the Coddle's farm, but you have catch later on that's really nice. You have that super long range catch that's always going to be good. You also have that damage reduction that's usually pretty necessary, it feels, versus Coddles.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, so the X-Mark control, and then the fact that they've also got, you know, supports with some sort of stun or control. It's going to be crucial for making sure 9 can't run circles around them. Top lane, got the Fairy Fire.
Should be all right.
And he will indeed be able to get out in time. He's going to be fine.
Good attempt for the cookie. I think if it lands, then they instantly kill and go for it.
First blood is actually going to go the way of Nico baby there. I think they died in the same instant. We've got to get a replay of that one. As Stamanin and Saxa went down at the, I swear, the same time.
It went away at the exact same time on the...
Able to just sneak in that first blood first.
The side lanes are chaos for sure. Top snaking. Also could be in some trouble. We'll be okay. Lane positioning right now for Tundra's a bit spooky, playing versus the Magnus that close to the tower.
Let's have a look at this in slow-mo. This was a close one. Oh, literally, just before.
That was like almost playing perfect. I got in bottom. Aggression's coming out.
And the fight continues.
Nico this time.
He might be able to turn back in.
He has corrosion.
Yeah, he wants to go for this kill on Saxa. He's got to be a little careful, I guess. I know he's going to jump back over. He's in and he gets it.
All right, another
kill. All right, 2 minutes, 2 kills here for the carry.
And he'll be okay. Yeah, getting that early orb of corrosion. Huge in the laning phase.
Good stuff here from Nico.
And I mean, top lane, they're really slowing down Skeeter, as we've been mentioning. This Snapfire plus Magnus, it is very annoying to play versus the two of them. Especially when you're playing that close to the tower, as I was mentioning before. You just have to be at risk of getting skewered in at all times. Ooh, Nico. Ooh, man. He does not have regen, neither of them do.
Did TP back to the tower, wanting to stay in lane. But, right, he's thinking about maybe poking back at 33.
They have the salve now on Stamanin. They have 2 of them, in fact.
Okay. Maybe they can do something with this. Stamanin will hold back the ball. They are losing creep.
He is zoning them off of the tower's taking damage. They're losing a full another creep wave.
I mean, yeah, how do you play your way out of this position if you're Alliance? They're going to try and jump in aggressively.
Sox is down here now, though. You can't fight into the ward. You'll kill yourself spamming your spells. That is really painful for Nico. But as we were mentioning, Skeeter's having even worse of a time somehow top, so...
I mean, can they get back to the tower? Where does Nico go?
Bounty killing.
He's trying. Was both salves used? I think both salves were used and canceled. So they have no regen down here still. They're gonna get dove. Somebody's gonna die to range creep.
He is? all right. I mean, okay. From getting 2 kills here as the carry, everything went downhill from that moment for Alliance here in this bottom lane.
He's gonna die.
They have failed the raid.
All right.
Boy, and he missed, what, 3-4 creep waves
I
as well?
think there's a lot of creep waves that got eaten up by that tower.
WEU's gonna come down to offset a little bit of it.
Should be able to get the kill. Yep, he's got it. All right, we are.
You set sail.
Able to take something back in return here for Alliance down bottom.
I mean, like I said, the fortunate thing for Alliance is that top is going so well, right? The Wraith King is really shut down, almost identical to how badly shut down this PA is.
Yeah, and the XP is similar as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, both carries being forced into a similar position.
How's our net worth looking? Yeah, they're pretty much, I mean, the PA is actually 300 ahead because of those kills.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so at the end of it all, Nico Baby's actually still in a happier spot.
Yep, and WEU is actually matching the farm of 9. I think now it's where it starts getting accelerated because you have your triple stacks that you work on as the dire coddles. But yeah, really good stuff from WEU in the mid lane. We didn't really get to touch on him too much because of all the action in the side lanes, but...
Yeah, I feel like this was a hero that was sort of always, you know, sort of seen as a potential to put up against like these mid cottles.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just didn't see it as much. Maybe because there's some mids that aren't as comfortable as a player on it.
It did get banned. It's been banned quite a
True,
lot.
that's true. Actually, I guess it was high in the bans.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we are back on it. He's of course going to be very comfortable on his mid Kunkka.
And now Nico Baby should be able to get much better farm down here.
Yeah, now that he's been able to reset, you know, obviously off the back of dying, he's back in the lane. He's got the point and blur, so should be able to deal with anything.
I love it. Like if we bring up CS again for a second, looking at the difference in CS between these two mids compared to everyone else, 50s and then 20s, like.
And I like his positioning as well from WEU, making sure that he can mess with 9, trying to get these stacks up, and you know, even taking away some of the stacks.
Might even kill him.
With the movement from Aramis, they will.
Nicely done.
We just saw this last game. You know, definitely the strength that Alliance had was these early support movements towards the mid to enable WEU with these aggressive, you know, dives behind tier 1 6 minutes in. He was doing it last game, and he's doing it this game as well.
Yeah, and seeing much better preparation this time from Alliance. Also, the early ward that they placed into the jungle to watch WEU doing that, very important. And WEU's just sticking up here. He's just going to keep denying away this farm from the tunnel.
You know, this is a huge part of the map that, you know, we saw time and time again, 9 being able to just maximize his efficiency in. Yep. So being able to invade and play around that, it's going to slow down 9's game a little bit.
I really like it right now. And he knows he doesn't need to leave the side lanes again just yet because the things have kind of calmed down as we see Nico Baby starting to get that farm, that free farm back up. Does mean that Skeeter also, though, because the rotations of the supports are starting to happen so much, Skeeter is now likely to get that free farm up top 2 versus Magnus.
Yeah, he'll start getting some space for sure. He'll feel a bit more comfortable.
He is looking in a bit of a tough spot.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Nico Baby, more than happily going to be the one to pick up the kill.
Nice, yeah, he gets the last hit. And this time around, yeah, 33, much more shutdown. No Dominator yet. He already had it last game, I'm pretty sure.
Dire's
Yeah, a lot of focus from Alliance towards this bottom lane. A 4th hero heading in. They're going to look to try and fight.
The big roar pushes WEU away.
They've got control, and they've got setup. X mark into the bow. See the cold embrace starting to heal up 33. They'll have the damage afterwards. The torrent is going to be there. Nico Baby jumping forward over towards Saxa. Dagger over towards 33. They should be able to bring him down. He pops the stick, but he'll still fall. Cookie in from Aramis takes him out. Saxa goes with the blast, but 33, he's out with the fairy fire. Sprinter blast. Oh, that blast will catch him. 9, he's able to pick up the kill. The rest of Alliance, they'll TP out. Just a man and an Aramis may get out of there.
Oh, I think we could see that a lot this game too. The TP outs, looking at the stuns of Tundra, it's pretty limited. They have Curse, Wraith King stun, and a Beastmaster roar, so could definitely see a couple situations where heroes just TP out. WEU comes mid, or Nico comes mid. This might not have been the right place though.
A lot of damage. TPs are coming in though. Maybe they could try and catch 9.
He is playing very over aggressive.
33's here to help out. Half a symmetrical to get in from the trees.
Oh, jeez, Nico Baby. He might die to a stray blast from 9 right now.
Oh, he does indeed. 9, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a nice shot. Sneaky one going into the small camp there.
He weren't ready for that one, Nico Baby.
But that, I mean, that really hurts now because he's not a Wraith King where he already has that built-in faster farm with skeletons or anything like that. These deaths really add up. 3, 2, and 2 now on him.
And especially when the plan is to go for that Deso first.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't a sort of a recovery plan. And ideally so. You know, against Tundra, you got to have the items to farm, to fight as soon as you can. But you got to get them quick.
Yeah, he's got magnets.
And true.
So he'll have the empower a little bit to be able to help out.
That should indeed keep him on par with Skeeter.
Just these deaths early on really do hurt though, because you know that they're going to start pressuring towers the way the Tundra plays, and you don't want to just sit back too much and just farm with this empower. And Symmetrical's actually maxed it, so
especially against Tundra.
Yeah,
this is a team that's going to speed things up. You know it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why they're doing it because they want to be able to catch up with that farm, but I'm a little worried for these next few moments of when the actual fights come down, because not even having max shockwave, it's pretty big not having that to show up to team fights. Now you're just an empower bot as your offlaner. But yeah, let's see. Okay, he's got the empower now, so he'll be able to accelerate a bit there. But Skeeter already about 800, actually almost 1,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 3K lead right now for Tundra.
And they've got easier ways to pressure these towers. As we mentioned, they have natural tower siege, while Alliance, they have no way to hit towers actually on their draft. They have to do it off of just the winning of team fights. WEU is still being annoying though, walking into jungle and clearing out the skeletons of Skeeter. Still playing aggressive. Shamanin.
It's looking pretty dead here. 9, as always, getting the angles.
Vessel's almost done. High burst damage on their draft 2 versus this PA will be problematic if Nico Baby shows his face anywhere. Up top, looks like they're potentially going for something on Skeeter.
They're gonna try with the kisses. And he's gonna drop that point into the reincarnation.
Does he die even? Oh, he will pop. Okay, he does take off the armor when he's still burning. A little bit early for him to turn off. I think he's still under the Mortimer burn.
Radiant's middle tower.
Either way, Alliance not quite having the firepower to be able to dive to take him out the second time.
And they lose their mid tower out of it to a Pugna who's just blasting from the tree line.
Bottom tower
so that move, they have to get something else out of it. They have to actually commit to this tower, it feels like.
I mean, Snaking's going to turn up to see if he can try and de-push, keep this tower covered.
It's scary for them to hit this tower too, because they have the 3 melee cores.
Snaking's ready with a curse.
Yeah, if they do, he'll curse and then other TPs come in. They have a Beastmaster and a Coddle with bots. So they're very ready to fight. And yeah, Vessel's done. So versus Kunkka versus Mag, it's going to be really nice. I mean, even versus everybody at this point in the game, it's a significant amount of damage. And Sox already starting to poke tier 2. Seeing the 3 points in Blast, since he's playing the 4 position, wants to scale a little bit more himself. Rather than just play around Netherward and team fights. Also, team fights aren't really happening, so I like that he's gone for that build. 4K lead already.
It's building up. This is, you know, sort of the trajectory we've seen Tundra on many times before.
And their group up is very scary with the Coddle, with the Beast, with the Pugna. It's a lot of healing, including the Wyvern too. The Illuminate heal is always something I always talk about because it's something that I think does get disregarded a lot in team fights. Miss.
You get yours.
And he's going to be dealt with. Tundra, they'll be in position to make sure no further push comes in on this top lane. We're actually going to have a smoke up from Alliance. See if they can make some sort of play around WEU.
This blink is coming out very late for Symmetrical. He's gone for treads and double bracers and a raindrop all in between. So initiation is pretty lacking right now. It's all up to WEU to get the catches really out of Alliance. That is a juicy one.
I mean, they'll definitely look to take this one, Alliance. They'll be able to set up with the kill on 33. And now the turn-up is there from Tundra. They're in with the curse.
I think they're still blinding lighted.
Knock down the 3 of them. Blast to follow up. It's a lot of burst damage. We'll see an aggressive Skewer back in with the RP. They've got the kisses. They're locking down 9 with the cold embrace. Snaking, keeping 9 alive momentarily. Is it enough to offset the damage?
The heal.
He's going to live. Oh, he's not. The torrent will take him down. Finally, he falls. See if Alliance can get any more out of this. Now Skeeter's turned up. Alliance, they're backing off.
They're getting the important heroes out though. Alliance. WEU and Nico Baby will be able to escape out of it.
I mean, getting some kills out of this Alliance, but Tundra still the end of it all. They'll come out superior in the trade, and they do manage to protect that very juicy Ancient stack that they had going.
9 almost survived. He like illuminated, blasted to heal himself.
Very close.
I actually think Soxa maybe had an opportunity to turn and go for the heal on him.
WEU?
Soxa?
Lively now. Your
It's going to be alright here, unless Saxa can find any sort of way of getting under the tower.
He's looking for him.
He is going to try.
Oh.
Whoop.
Hey, this is a little deep from Stocks
I
right now.
guess the man might be. He's hesitant on trying to turn it around. He doesn't want to lead in on this.
Oh, yeah, they're keeping him down here, though. He has no TP on Weeha.
Step lively now.
We'll be able to scurry away.
Haste.
Yeah, Nico Baby gets some space to farm. But yeah, initiation is going to be lackluster really for Alliance until this mag has Blink. It's been slowed down a lot from all the small items he's gone for.
And still just has said that huge amount of potential gold that's on the map in that ancient stack.
Humongous. That's one of the biggest stacks.
Push the mana.
Top tower is under attack.
He's going to try and clear out the wave with an ult.
He did get it.
They'll clear out his life.
Got the wave though. He's happy. Space for top also for Mag to get a Blink.
They're going to have a bit of time right until they can make a play with that RP. It's only called out for 25.
Weeha. He has no BKB here.
See if he can run. It's hard to run from 9.
They're a little scared of going toward the high ground, committing fully.
Stax is just going to charge straight in. He's ready to go. They've got the Rave Fire Blast. It's getting very, very low. He will manage to pig pole his way out of there. He'll live.
You can see 9 was like hesitant to go up, and Stocks is like, nope, I'm going in.
Yeah, Stax just went straight for it.
Does die for it. Looking at the wards now from Tundra, probably looking to play around bottom and take this tower at any next moment. So I like what Stomanen's doing about just trying to nuke it and spam it. Stomanen even smoked under the wave, nuking it. Looking to catch the next wave even too. And this is a cool move from Stomanen. Just he knows that they're trying to emphasize pushing this tier 2. Yeah, look, they're looking for him, but continues to nuke and bring down these waves. That's a really cool smoke usage. He's probably gonna nuke it again. Job is done. Even if he dies here, he did stall out the push significantly that was going to be coming out from Tundra. I really like that move.
Yeah, definitely looking very dead with this.
Dire's structures
I mean,
are fortified.
look at the time he bought. Like, he bought a lot of space, but top.
Dire's
Oh,
middle
wait.
tower is under
Uh-oh.
attack.
That was almost a solo kill.
Oh, the Ogres. Watch out for them and their clubs. Oh, he's going for a TP out. Ooh, that RP will save him. Make sure that Tundra aren't able to chase up and find Nico Baby TPing out. It does mean that Symmetrical, he'll lose his life for it.
Oh.
But they get the carry out. Nico Baby's back to safety. Does mean that Tundra's now opened up for the space to take Roshan.
Yeah, they're like, all right, you want to just emphasize bottom tower protection? Fine. You know what? They've got that hum of the overload on 33. Weeha. We'll clean out the Hawk. They're going to give the Aegis even to 33.
All right. I mean, the way he was playing last game, there's every reason to give this man everything. He was smashing it.
You are playing into the Magnus and the Kunkka too, so you already have a second life on your carry for their ultimates.
Yep.
Having it on 33, it makes a lot of sense. I thought perhaps they'd give it to 9, to be honest, this game, but maybe he feels like he can actually keep himself in the distance. And they do have a lot of save, right? The Pugna, the Wyvern, they do have a couple different elements. And even a Yule Scepter on the Coddle too, a bit of a different pickup.
Oh, jump forward. Immediately 33 reacts with the roar. Symmetrical, they'll try and save him, but they can't get him out of the combo from Tundra. Tundra even thinking about going for more. They've got a DD on Skeeter. Ray Fire Blaster leading on to Weeheart. Weeheart's going to get blasted back. He'll have to put the BKB to get out of this.
The first BKB usage just to run away. And now this tower is going to get pushed anyway, and RP's on cooldown, so they can't fight. No boat, no RP. This tower's dead, and London maybe as well.
Taking a bit of a risky move there to try and nuke out the wave. With that, Tundra, they'll be able to keep this tier 2 pressure, almost certainly take it out. They're even looking to make quick moves towards the mid. Aramis trying to clear out a wave here as well. He'll attempt to TP out, but the magical burst from 9 is too much.
It's looking reminiscent of the last game, the suffocation that Tundra's able to do, just limiting them. And as I was mentioning, 9 having a Yules now, he's got the protection perhaps versus the Mag and versus the Kunkka. He's gone for a different type of style rather than going the BKB that we saw a lot of times.
5 seconds. We've got the RP, we've got the Blink, and we've got the Death Zone.
Okay.
So they've got the big combo, the big damage. They've just got to land it. It's not an easy team to land it against. Tundra and their heroes, unlikely to find these heroes standing on top of each other.
It's also a 1,000 health PA versus a Coddle that is hitting for well over 700 per blast or so if they are amped up from the Solar Bind.
The execution's going to be very difficult.
Yeah. He has to be affected by Rum. He has to be Rum boated on the PA and able to jump into the backlines and kill this. The 2 supports pretty much at the start.
We'll see Starman, and you know, he's really giving it everything to try and keep these creeps pushed back on the bottom. Once again, dropping the ult to try and push the wave out. And see top lane. Nico Baby's going to go for a play here with Symmetrical, but he's been blasted back. He's still trying to commit for 9, but the Decrepify from Saxon comes in. 9's going to be fine. Nico Baby's dead. Wraith Fire Blast over towards Symmetrical. They'll take out the 2 of them. 9, double kill. That was the RP move from Alliance, and it didn't get them anything. It just got them killed.
It was the change of the build, right? The Yules. It must have caught them off guard. I'm not sure if they noticed it, but it is a little bit of a different build that we've seen from most of the Coddles. And then Blinding Light as well, something they mentioned on panel. Look, PA jumps, miss, and he gets decrept anyway, I believe, instantly, so. Tundra just, fully taking over. 11k gold lead. No space for this PA to farm.
Yeah, it's getting pretty wild here. They may just be on track for a quicker win than game 1.
That is potentially true.
If the last few minutes are anything to go by, it's only going to get worse here for Alliance.
They can't show anybody outside.
And they can't run. Again, the control, the damage from 9.
And at this point, too, it's only a level 1 skewer. So it's not like he can even do... it's not like it increases that much, but cooldown matters. All these little things matter. They can't even go for skewer plays in base.
Nico Baby, she's just so much damage coming out from this Cottle, of course.
And he's so far from BKB as well, too.
Top tower has fallen.
13k.
They're going to TP back for Weehaw. Weehaw was trying to push out this bottom lane, but Snaking...
He just has to save Curse until the BKB comes out. Weehaw is distancing himself.
Oh, Torrent was close.
Oh, he's looking pretty dead.
Doesn't catch him. He'll pop the BKB, but here we have...
Oh, he might be able to TP now.
Oh, he's got a bit of a window. The curse did come maybe a little early.
Yep, I think Snaking.
All right, Weehar's going to be happy with that one. He'll live.
Snaking rushed it a little
bit. And back up on the top lane, Saxa taken out. Alliance, they find a bit of an opening.
Very needed. Can they get another one perhaps here? 33 is a bit far up. Aegis is ticking out in 30 seconds as well too, but no, they can't.
Maybe a little bit of breathing room here for Alliance. Things slowed down a little bit with the Aegis coming to an end and with Saxon dead.
First time I've ever seen anyone grab this talent. He took the X talent on.
Oh, the movement speed.
He took it, yeah. I think because he wants the X stuff to clear waves.
Yeah.
But he has to be careful. There's a Yules on the enemy team, so has to be cautious of how he X's and clears waves.
Oh, Tundra actually with this smoke might catch Alliance by surprise. Nico Baby, he's already getting out of there. And we'll manage to TP away. Symmetrical won't quite have the same luxury.
He led them right to Nico Baby too. That was a little spooky. Will go down. Also loses courier. In mid, BKB cooldown 4 seconds, but he's far.
Tundra ready to get back on with the push, bringing this mid creep wave round. I'm ready to try and look for a high ground push. 15 seconds and Symmetrical will be up.
I think he's still okay. The timing wasn't right, but now at least he's very aware of it. Nico tipping 9 for that. It's like, oh, he messed up the Yule's timing.
Invisibility.
22 to 11, double the kills here, 22 minutes in. 14k lead, Tundra.
Ooh, the glyph came out late. He boxed and then glyphed, rather than glyphing and then boxed. Aramis able to survive maybe for a moment. Snaking still setting up on him with an invis.
Dire's top tower.
Oh, he sees him.
Attack.
He's like, any +1s? Team? Team? Guess the cores didn't want to come.
Oh, they'll let the supports deal with this.
Yeah, they got him.
Tower is under attack.
A bit
Oh, and Snaking takes the last hit. Nice.
Alliance just trying to do their best to keep the three-way split. Just pushed out.
Uh-oh. Symmetrical again. Bonked toward 33.
I join my family. The worms will have you.
That's getting rough. At least with his low level, he's going to be back in 30 seconds.
That's true.
So, you know, whatever happens, wherever he dies, it's likely that Symmetrical's going to be back up for a high ground defensive blink RP.
Oh, he's getting significantly out-leveled from the supports of the side of Tundra. Socks at 12, Snaking almost 15.
That's doing wonders for the respawn timer.
That's fair. Come on in. Oh. He'll be okay. 20 HP.
Oh, he's not going to be
He's
okay.
not okay.
Got to bite.
33's got him.
Aramis is like, my bad, I got you stuck in the trees there with the cookie. And the push.
There it comes.
They
We've been
smoke up.
here before.
And they even look at how they play also. Tundra's still playing safe, smoking up in the back lines with snaking, just to make sure that he's protected versus the jumps potentially that...
is under attack.
It's really the only way Alliance can take a fight is if they wrap around and catch the Pugna and the Wyvern somehow in the RPs, but Tundra is still playing safe.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Only person who can show himself is Weehawk because he has BKB. Anyone else shows, they're just dead. Rex is dropping.
That's got to be a perfect jump, and they just finding the opportunity to do it against the heroes and set up Tundra have. It's so hard at this point.
The smoke wraparound is coming. BKB's done on Nico, baby. So
It's got to be some sort of move like this that gives them a chance.
look at how spaced they are, though. Like Tundra, like their supports, nobody's standing near each other.
Yeah, who are you going to RP? You're getting one, maybe two at maximum.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Maybe in this case, none at all. Unable to get him with the setup. They'll cook him to safety, but there is no safety. The E-blade from 9 takes him out.
And
Symmetrical's gone. We are also just blown up at the front as his BKB comes to an end. Both heroes out, no buybacks.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I guess I haven't been killing enough.
Can't even find a single target.
25 minutes 57.
Radiant's
The
middle
time
tower
Tundra was able to
has
do it in
fallen.
game 1. They're getting very close
Radiant's
to a
middle
similar one
barracks
here.
are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks.
Lions, they've still got the ult, so they'll almost certainly go for one more fight.
Dire's middle tower. is
30
under
seconds,
attack.
though, without we, they might just get megaed in those 30 seconds.
Radiant's
They might
middle
have to just go
barracks
without the
has
Kunkka.
fallen.
That Tundra, they're not going anywhere. The kisses. They'll be there to set up. Maybe they can get Skeeter down the once.
Okay. Can they get the skewer? Can't quite.
They do manage to hold back.
Oh.
And, as I said, without a doubt, they'll be going longer than they did in game 1. Push back Tundra.
Takes level 2 skewer over level 2 ult on the Magnus, just because he knows it's like, I have to just reposition people and hope for the best. Oh, a BKB from Nico, baby.
He's trying to chase 9. See if he can get it. There's the
Oh,
crit.
he had Yules up. He didn't use it. That's a 1,600 gold.
That's a lot of money. And Nico Baby's able to get out. That's a big kill.
That's... I mean, he didn't use Yules. 9. I guess he just was very focused.
Maybe he
there.
just didn't believe in the crit coming. 'Cause
Maybe.
I think it did have to be a crit
It
to
did.
get him there.
It definitely did.
And it was. The crit comes in. A big kill. Indeed, a lot of money, and that will push Nico Baby, given that boost towards his next time.
Also, look at the XP. He got 3,600 experience for that kill, so...
How many levels is that?
2 and 2 and change? Maybe 3?
I think that's close to 3. It's like 2 and 3/4, I think, at the stage that he was. Yeah.
So up to level 19 now.
All right, and PA is one of those explosive heroes.
He is into some counters, though. He's into BKB disables on 2 fronts.
But he
and
has got a
saves.
Magnus.
But he does have a Magnus.
We'll see that crit
Hey, look,
again.
he had Yules, so... just...
Dire are scanning.
Basher now online, so at least a way to deal with BKBs for him. It's still going to be incredibly hard because he's into all those counters, but a small sign of life, maybe like a 2% sign of life for him.
Dire's bottom
Roshan.
tower is under
Of course, it'll be a
Radiant
very
are scanning.
easy one for Tundra with the damage they have.
And the auras, look
And again,
again.
all the buffs that Skeeter is getting to enjoy here.
Raid Boss Skeeter, even the Boots of the Bearing, I believe, were finished up on Soxa recently.
Got full BKB now for Skeeter. So Tundra, they'll definitely be looking to try and take more ranks with this Aegis.
About to be level 20 on Nico Baby too. He is everything. Has to have a very impactful 8-second BKB. And he's peeking up. They have this ward down.
I mean, they're trying to get in again from the side. We are.
33, I don't know, is the target, though. He's got 36 armor.
They're very close to having the AC, 400 gold.
Yeah, that might be what they just wait for until they fully commit onto that last Rex.
Yeah, it feels like sort of the final piece here
Yeah.
for Tundra to sort of look to close the game up.
Yeah, buying a gem as well now on snaking, too, so the last few things that they need. Alliance trying to get these wards out though, so they can get information of where the back line is. So they did get that one down. But the gem is going to be coming out for snaking, so very likely that one just gets taken out immediately right when he gets it.
Step lively now. Your admiral.
Goodbye, ward.
Now, Tundra, even with the Aegis, they're definitely respecting the potential that Alliance could have. If they get that sort of RP onto 2, jump in a couple of crits, a couple of heroes could get deleted.
It has to be supports. If they don't get this Pugna and Wyvern, they will counteract fully. They can decrep and cold embrace the target.
Gonna get Skeeter pretty deep.
Okay.
It's the first kill, they're gonna do it a couple more times. Still has that Aegis, of course.
Radiant's bottom
See the kisses come out, curse to the side, will be used to lock down Nico Baby and Stamanin.
Ooh. Stomanin. They're fortunate to live there. 9. Time wasn't
But the last one, oh, it's gonna catch him just on the edge.
He has a lens, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. I was like, that was the longest blast I've seen.
And that was the curse dealt. You know, curse has been used. They still have the RP. So a little less of the counterplay available for Tundra.
Snake just sitting off screen.
He's ready to go. He just jumps in straight for We Are's dead with that buyback. We Are just gets jumped. He didn't have the money. He sped up.
Nico Baby's committing.
I was see to get the jump in towards 33, but he turns with a roar. Now with the BKB coming to an end, Nico Baby can't really commit any further.
Skeeter now.
I mean, they're ready to continue pushing on. As I say, with We Are not having the ability to get back in on this, Alliance, they've got to try and hold 4 versus 5. That's still against the Aegis of Skeeter as well. Skeeter. We get the kill on Aramis. Tundra, they'll continue to dismantle the base of Alliance.
And there's one more wave coming in, and the wave after that is the Mega Creep wave, so that will be the death of Alliance when those come in. AC Deso, towers dropping in no time.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So Nico Baby
Radiant's middle tower
trying to play
has
to the
fallen.
side, but this Ancient's exposed and
It's dead.
there's nothing they can do to save this. The Ancient's gonna go down. Tundra, they'll take this game 2-0. This series, it's theirs.
Oh, you see that from 33, right? He just gave like a question mark, like what are they doing? It kind of looked like maybe, but whew. I mean, he did get the kill on Soxa maybe in there, so he was like, oh man, you killed Soxa, but again, the game plan from Tundra